Hello everyone, welcome to Behind the Mic, and as you can see, it's such a beautiful day here in the Lehigh Valley that we decided to come on outside as we talk about the William and Mary Tribe, a ball game that will be seen on GoLeopards.com at 7 o'clock on Saturday. You know, there's an old phrase, and I don't know who to give credit to, but it says you're not nearly as bad as you think you are sometimes, and you're not nearly as good as you think you are sometimes. And Mike, I think that really describes the first 2 weeks of Lafayette football.
Absolutely. I mean, the week before against Sacred Heart, they couldn't get out of their own way. Defensively, they played well, but came back this week, and I think they found some footing offensively. The defense picked them up, gave them a little bit of a perk in that first half, and I think the offense played better in that second half, and the special teams have been fantastic. So up and down, but we'll see what happens this week against William and Mary.
Yeah, this is a different breed of cat, the Tribe, as they come in, as they are ranked nationally in the FCS 13th or 17th, depending on what poll you do look at. And there's no question about it, this is the best team that we will have played to this point.
Athletically, they're really, really good, especially up front. And, you know, last year we saw both their defensive line and their offensive line dominate Lafayette, and that's really where they won the football game. Some of their linebackers, Luke Rhodes, and obviously their skill positions on offense, they present a huge test for Lafayette, and they're going to do that on special teams as well, covering kicks, punts, things like that. But, you know, Lafayette had some success down in Williamsburg 2 years ago, and we look for the same thing this year.
Well, they're 2-1 on the season. Their only loss came to Virginia Tech in week 1. However, if you want to compare scores, they did better against Virginia Tech than Ohio State did against Virginia Tech. So this is a football team that obviously is playing well on both sides. Some numbers are kind of confusing, though. They give up over 400 yards of offense each week on average, but yet they don't give up all that many points.
Yeah, I noticed that, kind of a bend but don't break defense. But I noticed that through the air they've given up a ton of yardage, and on the ground. And Lafayette's running game, if anything, offensively has been terrific. You know, and as long as Ross Sherman's still healthy, and I think that offensive line's starting to gel a little bit. They need to pass protect, and that's the thing with Drew Reed. And I think Drew might be able to get healthy through the air against this team. Defensively, they're going to have their hands full with a good wide receiver in Trey McBride.
Yeah, I think maybe if you look again at numbers, maybe one of the things they can do is what they did on Saturday, and that's perhaps cause turnovers. As this quarterback is a sophomore, it's his first year starting, and he's only completing 45% of his passes. So it might be an area, and I think if we're going to win the game, we're going to have to turn them over a little bit.
I think so too, and that's what happened this past week against the young quarterback Brumbach. We turned him over early, got him very rattled. Kaluli is a good quarterback, not very big. I did notice they lost their tight end early in the season against Virginia Tech, a huge player for them, but Sabor's a good running back, and they're going to have their hands full. Lafayette, this 4-2-5 is going to be put to the test.
Interestingly enough, Luke Brumball, who we saw this past weekend against Lafayette, his brother is the backup quarterback on William and Mary. I bet they're talking. Well, we've been talking enough too. We again invite you to join us. Mike and I will be there to bring you the ball game Saturday night at 7 o'clock in Williamsburg, Virginia. We want to see you there. This has been Behind the Mic. We'll see you next week.